Hey guys, Enigma here. Sorry for so long on the upload date for all these videos. Um, just kind of been waiting for a few cards in the mail. Bit of delay here and there. I do have some surprises for you guys. I am thinking of maybe doing some new videos coming up soon. But right now, I have a Marincess deck profile for you guys. I hope you like it. It's kind of, it's a little bit more up to date because of Eternity Code, but this is a more budget down version just because I don't have access code talker, and anyone who says that you need it for this deck, they're lying. I did a lot of testing yesterday, especially online, and this deck can compete. There's one fatal flaw with it, but it can still get around things. So let's just get on with the deck profile. 3 Blue Tang. Blue Tang, great normal summon. Send a Marincess from your deck to grave. There's 2 Marincess that you really want to do that for. There's a third that you, in this deck, that you might or may not want to do, just depending on how late in the game you are. Next, 3 Seahorse. And no, they're not Starlight Rare or anything. I'm not. If I didn't have extravagances, I don't have Starlight Rares. So, just 3 Seahorse. It's basically like the Crusadia. You special summon, you get to special summon to a Marincess spot. So, next, 3 Pascalis. I saw a lot of deck profiles use 2 of these. Definitely need to use 3 of these just because it's a normal summon. You get to special summon another one. So it's a Marincess you definitely need to be playing. So 3 Pascalis. And I apologize for any of the names like Pascalis. It's just the way I have been saying them. 3 Mandarin. I'd say you probably could put her down to 2, but I like saying 3, especially in this deck. It just needs to be as is. Next, just 1 Balsamia. Yeah, sorry, I cannot. Balsamia? I cannot say that name. So, really, it's just for the graveyard effect. It's another Marincess name that's level 4. That's the main reason I'm using it. There could be better cards. I just feel like having another Marincess name in the deck definitely helps because there's only 12, and a lot of the cards that you're using need Marincess names when you first start your combo. So just having another one helps with the consistency of it. Next, go on to the water monsters that are not Marincess. 2 of the Tenyi Spirit. Can't even say its name. Shithana. Definitely helps start off your combo. Like summon this, get off with your Marincess stuff, then it's just another water on field to kind of help you extend. Next, 2 Scripton. I often end up discarding this for other effects, just because it's more of a turn 2, maybe a turn 3 card that kind of gets your hands rolling. So if you open it up, it's pretty much an easy discard, unless you want to extend it later in the turn. And then 1 Sea Archiver. When I see it, it helps, but you only need the 1. You don't need any more. And last one is just a tech I have, Crusadia Arborea. Basically, special summon and defense to a link monster, to his own link monster points to. So it's a special summon tuner. It's water. That's the main reason. There's really no other reason to use it besides it's a special summon and water tuner. It's kind of like Seahorse. It's level 3, so that's what's going for it. And you'll see in the extra deck what I have in the extra deck for it. And then just 2 Ash Blossom. This could be Crow. This could be Call by the Grave. This could be Ghost Ogre. That could be anything you really want. but I like Ash in this deck right now. It's what I've been using. Next, to the spells. 1, Battle Ocean. I can see why you play 2, but you really only need the 1. Battle Ocean, it just gets all the combos off. You're able to search it. If it gets destroyed, you can get it back. If it gets banished, you can get it. I'm pretty sure you can get it back. So it's a really good card. Just a lot of people just play 2, just for the security of the deck. I really just need the 1. Next, the 3 Signet Minings. This was the last card I was kind of waiting for in the mail. I did order a few more cards that you will see. There's a few spots in this deck that are empty, but I'll show you those cards here in a second. And actually, this one is German from my friend GrimReaper. His openings, he had a few German dual power boxes, so I was able to get one of those off him. I am looking for an English copy. I prefer English, but you know, anyone out there wanting a German one, let me know if you have an English. Next, 3 World Legacy Succession. A lot of people aren't playing this, and I'm surprised, just because it gets the combos off even more. It's a guaranteed special summon back for any of your Marincess monsters. Even in one of the links, so you summon a link, and then boom, you just special summon another one back to the field. To go with this, it's just a Monster Reborn. So it's like 4 Monster Reborns. I prefer having a lot more recovery in this deck, especially the way this deck works. You can literally make your hand again after making a board. Next, be 2 empty spots here. I'm just waiting for these in the mail. This was a last minute decision. I'll show you on camera here, if you can see. It is Signet Optimization. Basically, you play 2 of them, and what it does is during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cyverse monster. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Cyverse monsters. The whole extra deck for this deck is pretty much Cyverse, and this gets you an extra normal summon. So it's really good, especially being able to just extend your combo if you don't have Pascalis and you just need that extra normal summon to get everything started. Next is 1 Paw of Avarice. You'll often see a lot of your Marincess Link monsters in the grave, and if you don't need too many of them just for the Battle Ocean, and you need to start getting some combos back off, this definitely helps with recovery on the Link monsters, because those are the ones that you really just don't get recovered as much as the regular monsters do to your hand. And then finally, just the 1-for-1. I keep forgetting to put it in here, but it's just a 1-for-1. And let's get to the traps. And yes, there is, I believe, 42 cards in this deck. 42. I like having my decks not always be 40. It is satisfying when they are, but they never need to be. 3 Marincess Waves. This is like the imperm in a way for the deck. You can activate it from your hand if you have a Link 3 or higher Marincess. Target a monster. I don't even know if it targets. Target face-up monster your opponent controls. Negate that face-up monster's effect until the end phase. And if you have a Link 3, you can activate it from hand. So it's like the imperm for the deck. It's really nice. It's even recoverable with how this deck works. Because it's a Marincess name, you can add it back to your hand. I actually did sell my imperms, but you still don't need imperm for this deck. You're just playing 6 imperms. That would be very unnecessary for this deck, especially how recoverable this is. Next, 1 Marincess Snow and 1 Marincess Current. Basically, this deck is very, very, how do I say, standard on how its plays work. So after a few games, you kind of get the gist of how the deck runs. And my main combo that I always go into, which I can show, Marincess Current. Basically, if you attack with that Marincess monster, you can activate this from your hand. Your opponent takes another 2,000 damage. So that's just destroying an opponent's monster. Yes, it's situational, but this is more of a fun budget deck, and I felt like Current is just kind of fun. Snow is for more recovery. If they happen to get rid of one of your Marincess monsters, that's just extra. That's not protected by Battle Ocean. That's another card that you can be using. I often haven't even used it. You can take it out if you want. You can take these out, add something else, but it's just more of my choice on this. And again, all my deck profiles are just my choices. You're welcome to change it. I'm not recommending the net deck, but this is how I've been playing it, and I hope that people enjoy seeing my side of things. I've seen that a lot of my views have been a little different than most YouTubers. I'll even talk about at the end of this video if you want. I'll be talking about the ban list that just came out today. So, finally, 2 Paleozoic Adamancipator. It's a water monster that it's honestly pretty good in almost every deck, but it's especially good in this deck just because you're banishing a monster. One of your main monsters that you always go into gains attack from banishing face up anything, and then discarding things isn't an issue in this deck. It's so much recovery, and getting another water monster on the field it just helps everything out. So that's the deck profile, and then let's get to the extra deck. So we have one Totally Awesome and one Bahamut. My friend GrimReaper, he actually gave me this deck for great trade. I thank him for this, just because I came back from Yugioh and I saw there were so many decks out there that I wanted to build. I just didn't have the money or the time to be able to go for all of them, and him helping me out definitely on this deck, and I hope that I can play it to the way that he wanted me to play it. He just he's a great friend. I actually have I have one collab on his channel, I believe, and there was also a deck profile of Nordics on his channel, so I'll leave that channel name in the description if you guys want to go check him out. Next, I am playing something unconventional, but this came out in the new set. It's Deep Sea Prima Donna. It's because I have a level 3 tuner, we can go into this, and it makes it so it's also a synchro tuner. Basically, it just target one monster your opponent controls. That's I'm sorry. You can target one of your opponent's banished cards, add it to your hand, or special summon one level 4 or lower water monster from your deck and add that target to their hand. So if they're banishing things, you can add a level 4 water monster from your deck to your hand, which is great. Or you just use this as if this is sent to the grave, target one banished card, shuffle in the deck. There's a lot of banishing this deck does, so that it's actually very useful. And if this is a material for a monster, like an opponent cannot target a synchro monster that uses this as a material. So this is a very good 7, and it goes great with this Adamancipator Rising Dragite. Since this is a water deck, level 8 water synchro, you can actually go into this with the tuner in a level 4, and then use Mandarin, special summon it from the grave or hand, and summon this with Deep Sea Prima Donna. And your opponent cannot, like I said, with the Prima Donna, affect this. And it's a 3,000 spell or trap negate, which is amazing. So I don't see why people aren't trying to run a little bit more synchro in this deck. I understand on the Cyberse front, but when it's water locked and that's all you're having to lock on, it's an amazing card. Next is I'll just be showing the other card that I have in the mail that is coming. It is Shooting Code Talker. It is a water Cyberse. Sorry for the bad quality image here, but basically it's a water Cyverse, so you're not restricted out of it, and that is one of the things I've been looking for, is more of a Cyverse water monster that, because you're so locked into those things going through your combos, that at the end of the turn, you know, you can't even go into access code talker because it's not water. So shooting code talker not only can attack multiple times, but it's a water Cyverse that you can go into. So next is the Marincess and the extra deck. So 1 Sea Angel, 2 Blue Slug. Blue Slug is one of the ones that kind of restricts you on the waters, so be careful on the Blue Slug if you're trying to go into different things. 1 Crystal Heart. You're only going to go in the Crystal Heart the one time in the combo, so really Crystal Heart comes back. You might, because what the Battle Ocean does is if this was used as a link material, then it protects whatever link monster it was used with. But since there's so much recovery with this deck, you only need the one. Same thing with the Sea Angel. You only search the Battle Ocean once. There's really no other reason to play more than 1 Sea Angel, just because there's no other spells in the deck. Konami, fix that. Let there be more spells for the deck. There's too many traps that act like spells. So next, 2 Coral Anemone, and then 2 Marbled Rock. I've seen a lot of deck profiles only play 1 Marbled Rock. I can understand that because of how strict the extra deck is, but you really just should be playing 2 because you go into turn 1, and I often go into the Crystal Heart with the Marbled Rock, because you get so much recursion if you get the Coral Anemone and then with like Blue Slug or Sea Anemone, and you get the Monster Reborn or something, and you go into Marincess, this gets its effect to go off, and then you can use this effect to get another card back to your hand, and then go into this into one of the Link 4s, which yes, it is wasting a Link, but just having this engrave, there's more to it than just having it be engraved for different reasons. So Marincess Wonderheart and Marincess Great Bubble Reef. A lot of people are just going into Wonderheart. Yes, it's a very good card, but I end up actually going into Bubble Reef more because a lot of people miss. It's actually a great draw power for the deck, and it can get this Marbled Rock back in the next turn. So it's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys leave if you don't want to see any more combos, but I'm going to go into the combos for this deck. I'm not really going to go into a combo, I guess. It's just maybe more of a test hand. So let's just do that. And for the moment, I'm just going to replace these for other cards, just so that if we draw these, then you'll understand. So just 1 second. Just going to add another Balsamia. And for the 2 spells, I'm going to replace it with a Judgment and a Strike, because why not? Alright, so while I'm shuffling this, new Banlist came out today, guys, and that is actually very interesting. I saw a lot of people's reactions to it, and everyone was saying, oh, this is the worst Banlist ever. This can't be, this is fake, this is a joke. They could have done so much more, or just a lot of different things. I felt like it was a pretty decent ban list for, just for me, at least. I had all 3 decks. I have Altergeist, as you know. I have Ritual Beasts, which I'll be doing a deck profile on here soon. And I also have the Necros. And I'll be doing an update video on that probably after this video or in a few days here. So when I have the time. And if you're curious what sleeves I like to use, I prefer Dragon Shield. I also like using Ultra Pro for when I actually go to events, but I like some Dragon Shields on my cards, mainly for locals and when I'm at home. They just feel and look great, especially on camera. I love seeing more glossy than matte. Makes the cards not look, you know, horrible. Alright. Alright, let's do a test hand here. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright. This is bad. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just get random ones like this. And this is like the first shuffle afterwards, you know, after a good deck profile, so like I said though, this would be replaced by a pretty much a 1-for-1. So you can get this, get rid of Sea Archiver, and Sea Archiver would use its effect when you go into Seahorse, go into effect, Seahorse, so let's just see what we can do with this hand, as is. So, let's see, summon Seahorse, use it to summon Blue Slug. Effect the Blue Slug, add Seahorse back to hand, special summon Seahorse, go into Sea Angel, effect a Sea Angel, add Battle Ocean, activate the Battle Ocean. It's a little early to activate it, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to have it activated just for now. Special summon Scripton by banishing the Seahorse. And then Sea Archiver will affect special summon because you summon Scripton to where Zone is. And then I'm going to use the Sea Archiver with the Blue Slug to go into Crystal Heart, and then I'm going to use Krypton with Sea Angel to go into Coral Anemone. Sorry if they're a little out of frame there. Only have so much room. Scripton's effect Engrave. It's going to put Seahorse or Sea Archiver. In this case, I'm going to put Sea Archiver back into the deck when Scripton's used for link material. Coral Anemone is going to use this effect to special summon Blue Slug back. And then I'm going to use Coral Anemone and Blue Slug to go into Marbled Rock. Marbled Rock and Coral Anemone both have effects to gain monsters back from your grave, Marincess. But there's no need. So I'm just going to use the Crystal Heart with the Marbled Rock to go into the Bubble Reef. With Bubble Reef summoned, Battle Ocean's effect will activate. So now I'm going to use 3 Marincess Link monsters from Grave, which I'm going to use Blue Slug, Sea Angel, and let's use Crystal Heart. Actually, no, let's use Coral Anemone. Even if it's a material on the field for the monster with Battle Ocean, if it does go to grave, you do get to add the Marincess back to your hand. So it being a material actually is pretty good. Sometimes just having it engraved, though, for the effect of Bubble Reef does help, though. Next, you can actually use Bubble Reef's effect to, say, discard one of these from your hand, since we have it, and I can special summon Seahorse back from the banishment. And that's what my board's going to look like And it doesn't look like a lot, and there's not really any negates. But at the moment, this monster is unaffected by card effects, and it has at least 2,000 gain from Battle Ocean. So it's at 4,600, and this would be at 16. So pretty good. But say end turn, standby phase, effect, banish water monster from grave. So I'm gonna banish the marbled rock to draw one. Sadly, it's not the Marincess card, trap card, but hey, it's pretty good. And then next turn, draw for turn, and then standby phase, effect of that. I'm gonna banish this one from grave, which makes it so it gains 600 more attack when this is banished. And then I get to draw another one. So that's 44 cards, and I had a huge combo for here, right? And look at that. I could summon this, special summon this, and I can make that Deep Sea Diva, or I can actually use effective Bubble Reef, discard a water monster, special summon a banished monster, and boom, I have a marbled rock on field, just like that, on my turn 2. And it's not going to go away, it's there. And I can use its effect to add back this to then normal, and then special, and it just can keep going off. That's how great this deck is. So that is just a test hand, and like I said, you even saw at the beginning, I was like, this is not that very good, but you saw I was still able to get to my main board that you always want to get to. Is one Bubble Reef that has the Crystal Heart with the field spell. It's protected, you have a big beater. Nothing can really get over it except maybe a kaiju. No one runs kaijus. So, if there's anything you want to change, again, the deck profiles, they're my opinion. You're welcome to change anything. And I hope you guys stay safe and stay well. Enigma.